Every year, the automotive world quietly shifts beneath the surface. While headlines focus on record-breaking auction sales and headline-grabbing supercars, a different story unfolds in the background. It's the story of cars that have already taken their biggest depreciation hit, cars that have settled, stabilized, and now sit at a moment of rare opportunity. This isn't about chasing profits or treating cars like stocks, it's about timing. It's about recognizing when a dream car stops being an unreachable fantasy and starts becoming a realistic possibility. The car you've admired for years, the one you keep revisiting online, always wondering whether now might finally be the right moment. This year's collection comes together at Atlanta Motorsports Park, and the variety is striking. Fast cars and elegant cars, loud, dramatic machines and balanced, understated ones. Some are raw and uncompromising, others surprisingly usable. Together, they form a lineup that proves great driving experiences exist at every level, no matter how you define value. To understand this idea of value, it makes sense to begin with the most extreme example of all, the Porsche Carrera GT. It's the outlier here, a car far beyond the reach of most enthusiasts. And yet, it sets the tone for everything that follows. Because if there is one modern supercar that has transcended trends, it's this one. A full carbon fiber chassis, a 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V10 derived from a shelved Le Mans program. No turbos, no filters, just mechanical purity. 600 horsepower may not sound outrageous in today's hypercar era, but the way this car delivers it is unforgettable. The experience lives right on the edge, exhilarating, demanding, and just a little bit intimidating when pushed to its limits. The sensation is raw, immediate, and deeply involving. At the center of it all is the 6-speed manual gearbox, topped with a beechwood shift knob, a subtle nod to racing history where wood was once used to. Reduce heat transfer from the transmission. Every input feels deliberate. Every response feels earned. Time has not dulled this machine. If anything, it has sharpened its reputation. For those fortunate enough to consider ownership, there are practical realities to acknowledge. Updated suspension recall work is essential, and modern tires dramatically transform the car's handling, replacing the nervous reputation created by its original rubber with confidence and control. When properly set up, the Carrera GT reveals itself not as a widowmaker, but as one of the most rewarding driver's cars ever built. Still, this story isn't only about 7-figure machines. Moving down the spectrum, attention turns to the Nissan R33 GT-R, often overshadowed by the legendary R32 before it and the iconic R34 that followed. Yet in terms of performance, it sits far closer to the latter, offering immense capability at a fraction of the cost. It's the overlooked middle child, quietly waiting for broader recognition. Then there's the second-generation Dodge Charger. Big, bold, unapologetic. More importantly, its ownership demographics skew younger, signaling strong future collectability. These are cars being embraced not just by nostalgia-driven collectors, but by a new generation discovering their appeal. The Alfa Romeo 1750 GTV represents a different kind of value. Lighter, purer, and often more desirable than its later counterparts, it occupies a sweet spot where beauty, driving pleasure, and long-term appreciation intersect. The Continental Mark II tells yet another story, one of transition. While many examples are currently owned by older collectors, interest among younger enthusiasts is steadily rising. That shift often marks the early stages of renewed demand. Finally, the Corvette C6Z06 stands as a reminder that popularity doesn't always immediately translate into price spikes. Interest continues to grow, enthusiasm is rising, yet values remain relatively flat. Historically, that combination has often been the calm before the climb. Together, these cars illustrate a simple truth. Value isn't always about price. It's about timing, relevance, and emotional connection. And sometimes the smartest move isn't waiting for the next big thing, but recognizing the moment when something truly special is still within reach. The Chevrolet 454 SS has quietly become a collector's gem. Its value continues to rise, and those who act now may find themselves ahead of the curve. Meanwhile, the North American E60 M5, with its 6-speed manual, has long been envied by enthusiasts abroad. Though many initially dismiss the SMG transmission, it offers significant value relative to its performance, making it a compelling choice for those seeking a rare and dynamic driving experience. Moving into the realm of robust utility, the second-generation Ramcharger demonstrates impressive value growth. Interest from younger enthusiasts is steadily increasing, signaling a potential surge in desirability and collectability in the years to come. Similarly, the Mark III Volkswagen GTI VR6 has been somewhat overlooked compared to its Mark IV successor, yet it carries unique engineering charm and growing recognition among collectors. At the other end of the spectrum lies the Mazda MX-5, or Miata, in its second-generation NB form. The gap in values between this model and its first-generation NA sibling is gradually narrowing, highlighting the enduring appeal and practicality of this lightweight, fun-to-drive roadster. Yet cars are not chosen solely on numbers. Enthusiasts are drawn to machines for countless other reasons: emotional connection, history, and the sheer joy of driving. Among these considerations, the sensory experience of a car's engine can be paramount. The deep rumble of a V8, the sharp wail of a high-revving V10, or the warbling timbre of a VR6 can transform an ordinary drive into an unforgettable experience. Consider the Chevrolet 454 SS once more. Its big block engine delivers a commanding 7.4 liters of raw mechanical power, a stark contrast to the slightly smaller yet equally potent Corvette. Each rev and roar communicates the character of the car, an oral testament to its engineering. Similarly, German engineering offers its own auditory delights. The BMW M5's 5-liter V10 and the Porsche Carrera GT's 5.7-liter V10 provide two distinct takes on high-performance German motors, each with its own cadence, tone, and personality. Driving either is an experience that lingers long after the engine has cooled. Practicality also plays a crucial role in the modern collector's garage. Vehicles like the Dodge Ram Charger provide ample space for passengers and cargo, while the Chevrolet 454 SS offers the versatility of a load bed. Yet there are also compact solutions that combine practicality with driving enjoyment. The Mark III Volkswagen Golf VR6 is a perfect example. Small enough for city streets, yet equipped with a 2.8-liter engine delivering 174 brake horsepower and 173 pound-feet of torque. Its VR6 configuration, with a 15-degree angle between cylinder banks, allows for a compact layout while maintaining smooth performance and distinctive sound. This clever engineering, first inspired by the Lancer of the 1920s and refined by Volkswagen in the 1990s, makes the engine both compact and powerful, a design that would eventually influence the Bugatti Veyron. The Golf VR6 is a reminder that every car carries its own story. Its unique engineering, combined with its driving character, evokes memories and emotions that transcend raw numbers. Whether seeking raw power, distinctive sound, or compact practicality, these vehicles demonstrate that value in a car is as much about experience as it is about price. The story of the Volkswagen VR6 is more than just its engine, it's the spark behind a revolution in automotive engineering. Legend has it that Ferdinand Piëch sketched the concept for a W18 engine on a bullet train in Japan, essentially 3 VR6 engines combined. So compelling was the idea that it eventually led to the creation of Bugatti's modern engineering marvels. While the W16 of the Veyron ultimately replaced the original concept, the influence of the VR6 can be traced through every W engine that followed. Driving the early VR6 Golf today is a reminder of how thoughtfully it was engineered. The car feels solid, the cabin and switchgear retain a quality and precision that speak to its careful design. Every interaction with the car evokes memories of a simpler, purer driving era, where mechanical clarity and driver connection mattered above all else. Practicality aside, the true magic of cars lies in performance, balance, and the sensory thrill of driving. While the Golf VR6 emphasizes its engine, other cars prioritize chassis balance and poise over sheer power. Take the Alfa Romeo 1750 GTV and the second-generation Mazda MX-5. Both are front-engine, rear-wheel drive sports cars with modestly sized engines, 1.8 liters each, and despite being separated by 3 decades, their power outputs are surprisingly close, around 120 brake horsepower for the Alfa, 140 for the Miata, with the Alfa delivering slightly more torque. Neither is a straight-line speed demon, yet both excel at delivering engagement and feel. Skinny tires, perceptible body roll, and finely balanced weight distribution make every turn a tactile lesson in vehicle dynamics. Driving these cars is a study in subtlety, how throttle, steering, and momentum combine to create an intoxicating flow. The unassisted steering of the Alfa forces the driver to think, to engage, to truly control the car. The Miata, lighter and nimbler, is equally enchanting, demonstrating that purity in handling can be just as compelling as raw engine output. Alfa Romeos, in particular, are enjoying renewed interest among enthusiasts, aided by tuning companies offering ways to enhance performance without losing character. These cars make drivers think, refine technique, and reward focus, proving that driving is as much about connection as it is about speed. For some, though, driving is all about the thrill of sheer horsepower. The Nissan R33 GTR, with its 505 brake horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque from its LS7-powered rival, demonstrates the exhilarating edge of speed. In contrast, lightly tuned competitors, such as the stock Miata or Alfa, fall far behind in acceleration. Quarter-mile times highlight the stark contrast between precise, nimble handling and brute force, reminding us that the automotive world contains multiple definitions of fun. Beyond performance and engineering, cars captivate for their sheer beauty. Certain vehicles arrest attention, demanding admiration whether on the street or in photographs. The Continental Mark II embodies this perfectly. Produced in the mid-1950s, it was the most expensive American car of its era. At $10,000, Ford famously lost around $1,000 on every unit sold, underscoring their commitment to craftsmanship and design over profit. From its meticulously engineered Y-block engine to the luxurious leather sourced from Bridge of Weir, the Mark II exudes elegance. Its styling, sweeping lines, distinctive wheels, star-emblazoned rear lights, sets it apart as a statement of glamour. Owned by cultural icons such as Frank Sinatra, Elizabeth Taylor, and even President Eisenhower, the Mark II isn't merely a car, it's a rolling piece of art, a symbol of refinement and status. Every detail, from the badge to the bodywork, reveals a dedication to beauty rarely seen in modern production cars. If aesthetics and presence are your priority, few cars command attention like the Dodge Charger. The second-generation Charger, with its bold proportions and iconic lines, exudes personality. While early models recall the charm of the Dukes of Hazzard, the later iterations evoke the adrenaline-fueled energy of modern street culture. Vibrant paintwork stretches across broad panels, making the most of the expansive bonnet and creating a visual statement that stops onlookers in their tracks. Beneath the hood sits the glorious 440 engine, complete with a single 4-barrel carburetor. Its sound is unmistakable, a deep, throaty roar that announces its presence long before the car comes into view. Driving this Charger isn't about technical cornering or lap times, it's about immersion. It's about the visceral pleasure of raw power, the joy of engine note, and the simple satisfaction of experiencing a car that makes you feel alive. Ultimately, cars serve many purposes, some practical, some performance-oriented, others purely emotional. The Charger, with its combination of bold aesthetics, commanding sound, and undeniable character, reminds us that the essence of automotive enjoyment lies in feeling good behind the wheel, every time you open the garage door. Across this collection, there is a car for every type of enthusiast, whether you value precision, raw power, classic elegance, or the pure joy of driving. From nimble roadsters to high-horsepower monsters, understated classics to iconic showstoppers, this year's lineup demonstrates that the true measure of a car's worth extends far beyond price. It is defined by the experience it delivers, the memories it evokes, and the thrill of simply being behind the wheel.